But yeah, do you know what? Still, it's like still being on the terms of 2017. Like there was some amazing moments in there too. I mean, there was some horrible things that happened, but there was some big moments, yeah. And I was looking at some of the moments in 2017. One being Skepta's trainer. I remember that being a monumental thing for him. Did you get that?
I didn't get it, nah.
Oh, they didn't pattern you up with a free, because I know how they like to do that with you, man. Still,
nah, man. Obviously, it's more personalised and it's down for way better know and so on and so forth. So there's no reason for me to have one anyway. Like in terms of like they shouldn't send it to me.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
I would have liked it, but
I would have liked it.
Yeah.
I went to the event.
I missed out on that still.
Did you go to the event?
Nah, actually it was too busy, so I don't know.
Oh, the event was dope. Like what he done,
They had like bare sweets and that. Like
it was set like a North African market.
Yeah. Oh,
and literally they gave you like loads of tokens, and you wouldn't exchange your tokens for food and so on and so forth. And they had performances from Jay Haas.
Yeah,
I can't lie, the whole event was dope. It was so dope, and just knowing that Skepta, a boy from Meridian in Tottenham, who just used to MC in like Bruce Castle Park to like 50 people.
That's crazy.
And now he's got his own trainer. Like if at the time when Solo, Skepta, and I think JME were on stage, and the stage was like no bigger than that flipping table, and there was like 50 of us going mad.
Yeah. And
Solo was the biggest entity. That Solo was bigger than them too. Like it was like if I said to him, man, you know you're gonna have your own trainer. Do you know the craziest thing about the whole situation is Solo was the visionary.
Okay.
He said to everyone, one day we're going to do O2. I swear on everything. You can ask my brother. I swear on everything. Solo had such big dreams for Boy Better Known, the things that he used to say. And at the time, we all thought he was mad.
Yeah.
But you fast forward, Skepta really had a trainer.
No, it's beautiful, man. Yeah. I think what's happening in the world in that sense is beautiful because I used to be very angry about injustice. And I always felt like what I grew up around and the talent I was seeing, but the respect they weren't getting was like a matter of injustice.
Yeah.
And how people were being treated, media, etc. And then it rises, isn't it? Yeah. Like the cream will always, like realistically, like it does, isn't it? Yeah,
to the top. Like, do you know what the injustice thing is? That's interesting actually, because one thing that used to really, really irritate me, and it still does, it was like gigs not being able to do shows. And it wasn't even just gigs, but it was like a lot of artists that weren't able. Sneakbo still to this day.
Is it?
To this day, still can't.
But isn't the form out the window? Why can't he do?
Do you know what? Yeah, the form is out of the window, but it hasn't been implemented just yet. And I still don't think that it's got. I'm really skeptical about that. Yeah. Seriously, because you see what it is about that form. Yeah,
it's too popular now. You
that
can't
form, because I'm very familiar with this form. I've always felt like it was going against data protection. So imagine you're a promoter, poet. I don't know you.
And I got to give you all this information.
Yeah, but you need my address. You need my full name, my address, my government name, by the way, my address, my date of birth, my email address, and a passport photo or a driving license. And I've got to give that to you.
Bro, if you know what...
That's mental, bro.
Off topic.
And they can still come and cancel it.
Bro, off topic, can I just say, we don't have to go into it. We shouldn't go into it. The passport office asked me for family photos of my family to get my kids' passports. So I totally understand where some of the problems
it's crazy,
that's
bro.
A mad thing.
And you know how much times, anyway, like even from a DJ perspective, that like I've had events, I remember one time me and Slick was doing an event one time in Covent Garden, Bro, when I tell you, this was our biggest problem. This was our biggest problem, not having enough guys. We'd sold so much tickets to so much girls, and that can be a problem because when girls go to a rave, they don't particularly want to just go to a rave and it's just girls and just a couple of man. You still need to have a this was a few years ago now.
Should have phoned me, but carry on.
This is a few years ago. Anyway, the police turned up. The police turned up at 11 o'clock, saying it's not going on. There's going to be gang activity in the venue or whatever. I'm saying to the police officer,
I remember this.
I said, look in the queue. Look in the queue. There's no man. I said our biggest problem was that we don't even have enough man.
We need some gang members.
You're telling me about gang activity. So that's happened to me. Sneakbo can't go nowhere. Nines can't go nowhere. Gigs couldn't go nowhere for a long time. So
how did he get over the mark?
How
did he get over? How did he?
Do you know what? I don't know. I think we should have asked him that when he was here. Actually,
we kind of did.
Did we?
Yeah, he just said over like time.
They just kind of let him go because remember Giggs was having to do.
Says he still has to go through bare shit.
I could imagine. Because remember, Giggs was having to. This is what Giggs was having to do at one point. He's having all of his shows cancelled, but then he was like hiring out certain venues or whatever,
And
doing a
just doing the
show.
show.
But what he was doing now is you buy a ticket, then you'd have to go to a certain place. You get to that certain place and there's coaches. Then you get on the coaches.
know.
It would take you to a venue,
I know.
and then he could do the show. That's mental, bro. That's crazy.
But that's why I commend him for even doing all
Because
of that.
look
Like,
at him now.
he's the best, fam. Giggs
at
is the
him now.
best UK
He was
export.
always going
The best, bruv.
Look at
I
him
think
now.
you can't contain this energy. Like,
Can't.
you feel we think we can explain everything, but you can't. Like 10 years ago, realistically, it was impossible that this was going to be happening.
Yeah.
But you just can't. I mean, but even I remember, was it Tigo?
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back to elections. I apologize, but he was like, nah, that's never going to happen. People are, nah, that's never going to. You just can't control the unmeasurable.
It's something like the
Like,
truth.
you can't measure.
Yeah.
The,
Remember
like,
you today said it's so mad that how far the truth has got me and Vuj. Me and Vuj were then, or especially me, denied so many jobs. I can go as far to say is the MTV job I got told, had this been 2012 and you were the same person you are, you wouldn't have been employed.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm sitting in MTV.
Yeah.
And I said, but I've not, but then you're basically telling me the times determine
basically,
how
those-
you move.
What we view maybe as success and what we view as making it has never been making it.
Yeah.
Making it is doing what you love
Yeah.
and being and
Yeah.
like, living
But
life.
I
But,
have
like,
I always
but now
have-
we're up there because that has become so shit and dead and
Yeah.
Love Island and Big Brother. Like, they need new energy.
Of course.
So we should be charging them not 200 bags for a show.
Yeah,
a million for a
but
show.
they are, some of them are
Good.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Remember,
Some of them
did you
make
see
your
there's
bread.
another big moment in 2017 with Lethal B on Wireless. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where Lethal B was like, he was going wireless anyway, probably
Is
that
it?
day. But anyway, Wiley can't do the show. They've hit Lethal.
No way.
Yeah, boom. Can you come and do it? What's the budget? We got 40 grand there for you. Now, for me, remember what I was talking to you about?
I know
the
he
6
lied,
mils
though.
and that. Huh?
I know you lied, but it's
You don't
cool.
reckon he got 80 bags for it?
No.
You don't think so? I think so.
I know he didn't.
I don't
so-
think you'd lie about
okay,
that, bro.
all right, well,
That
fair
you can
enough.
check
It's
that
mad.
out. You can
I
find
don't
that
know.
out.
He'll come here one day. But either way,
He didn't get 80
either
bags
way,
for it, but he's just a
either
smart
way,
man.
he would have got. Either way, he would have got big
That's
dough
amazing.
for that. Do you get what I'm saying?
course.
So,
But yeah.
I think like even then, like I
Wicked.
know some of the money that some of these guys are getting for festivals now, yeah, and it's incredible, bruv. It's
Even Lethal,
incredible.
Lethal's get because
Yeah,
you know,
Lethal's getting
do you know
big
why
money.
Lethal's so
Gigs?
smart though? Do you know why he's so sick?
Even Dave.
I know Dave's doing his thing, but you see why I love Lethal. Lethal for a period, yeah,
Good.
wasn't really popping like that.
Lethal couldn't do
Do you know why?
shows. Remember that
I
as
know-
well.
Lethal couldn't do a show as
Yeah,
well.
Lethal couldn't do shows.
Oh wow!
He had
But
that
is
same thing.
Is that really early on or to the
That
latter
was very
stage?
early on.
All right, so to the latter stage he was doing things, but he wasn't really hot. See that situation there? The way he manipulated that to come out in a Karate Kid outfit,
Yeah.
to come out and drop the perfume.
No, he didn't do the Karate Kid on that show.
No, not that show. That's what he's manipulated off the back of that
Oh,
because
okay.
it was kind of cold.
Yeah.
And then he's gone on Twitter and it's so mad. Think about 10 years ago. Man couldn't come out and say, "Yeah, I've negotiated getting 80 bags. They have to give it." Man couldn't say that.
Yeah.
But we're at a time and like an era now where Lethal B can come on Twitter and make a video and say, "I want 80
makes me
bags."
happy.
Then he can say worse than that. Chris and Kem can drop something. He can make another video and go, "Do you know what? I'm not happy about that." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
things
fuck
need to-
them, man.
That is
Fuck
sick.
them, man. Exactly.
That's
but
so
also,
bad, boy.
where he can acquire that type of money too is he also knows how much man are getting for shows.
So
For
he's
some-
like-
yeah. So I know Giggs is getting this.
Yeah.
I know this man's getting that. I know this person's getting this. So I tell you what, yeah. If you need me, this
And
is
the
what
key
I'm
word
gonna
is what
need.
you said. Need. You need me.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
called me.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they did.
You need me, man. I don't need
Yeah.
you.
Hey, you
But-
need me, man. I don't-
Ed
But
Sheeran
just
predicted
off that,
it.
just off that shows thing, yeah. Just off that shows thing. Lastly, yeah. Why I've always had a big problem with that is because you're stopping people from not only feeding themselves, you're stopping them from feeding their families. You're stopping them from bettering their life, and you're also stopping them from creating job opportunities with their brethren to take them off the road. Do you get me? So like, let's look at, for example. Let's Giggs again, for example, yeah. Him doing what he's doing creates opportunities for his man them. So the man them don't particularly have to be on the road anymore. Even, do you know who I was with a guy, his name's called Trenton, yeah? He's a tour manager, he's Stormzy's tour manager.
Trevor.
That's
my guy.
Trenton's Giggs' manager. Sorry,
Trevor is one of the best human beings you ever meet.
Trevor is training Stormzy's one of his young
I know.
bucks to do tour management.
I know.
These are the type of opportunities that man get from their brethren or whoever doing shows and killing it. So, and I've always known that. So the fact that you are stopping people from doing that really jarred.
But you know
me
what it
because I
comes
knew
down
what
to?
that was doing.
It comes down to the perception of success you lot were speaking about before. Because that doesn't fit the criteria that the mainstream deem as success, they can't have it happen because that means they're wrong. And a prime example is this. If you go back to an interview with Cameron and Damon Dash on the news, and a head teacher comes and speaks to Damon Dash and Cameron about what they're doing and how he thinks it's wrong and all of that. The way Dame flips it and lets the whole world or everyone that was watching the news at that time, and you can watch it on YouTube right now, about people's views of success. He's like, what do you view as success? Oh, being a businessman. He goes, but Cameron owns 4 businesses.
Yeah.
I own this many businesses. He has a clothing line. They were just like, everything they said, but whatever you view as success, that is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we're doing it in a way that you don't like.
Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about niggas, but Cameron said, but I'm an author. He goes, you're making me responsible for something. I'm an author. Why is this happening in the streets?
Yeah.
If this doesn't happen, I won't talk about it.
Yeah.
But this is what I live day to day, and you're upset about me for talking about it. He goes, I'm just a reporter.
Yeah.
You might. He goes, I should be angry at you. You're a reporter. You've told me some things that have happened. The way they switched it was incredible. So I just think.
I think a lot of the things that Dame has said is coming to fruition right now.
Right now,
and
he's
people
been
are making
preying
him seem
things.
like he was an absolute
Madman.
I think his delivery was not the greatest.
Awful.
I will say that. His
Yeah.
delivery. But the thing is,
Awful.
but this is the
But it
problem.
wasn't, you know, it was
do you
very
what
harsh.
It was just harsh. But you know what it is, yeah? Is that sometimes for me, it's not like, yes, the delivery is not that good. But what's the message? Like, what's the message? Is the message good? And I always felt that, like, he's got a message in what he's saying here.
does.
I understand that he's, like, for some, it's not good for some people. You know, like, some people may not be good managers just because of that. Because sometimes you have to be able to manage a little bit better. Some people are a little bit more sensitive. You can't come to them with that type of energy because they're taking it as an attack. Other people you can, because they can literally just see the message and take the message and run with it. Do you get me? But anyway, Big Shaq probably had the biggest moment though.
Wow.
Between him and Cardi B.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just talking about you.
The UK stuff.
Big Shaq, brilliant.
Big Shaq, absolutely bodied 2017.
Wow.
Bro.
Wow.
Bodied.
Wow.
Do you know what? Michael Dapper body 2000.
Yes, Michael Dapper.
Yeah.
Michael Dapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Dapper.
yeah.
He
Michael Dapper.
absolutely
Bodied.
Yeah. No,
Bodied.
beautiful, honestly.
Bodied. Just the
Wonderful.
like the YouTube shit, like all the different characters. Obviously, Big Shaq was the star
one that went.
went through, but like all the characters. Like all of the characters, what he did was very, very impressive. Boy. I can't.
And do you know what's so sick about it? That he just said, this is what I'm going for. So every day he lived, this is what he has to do. So you see that moment that happened on Charlie Sloth's show where he just went, the thing goes, brrrr. That's because he conditioned his mindset, something we were just talking about as well, conditioning, to say, this is what I want to do with my life. So you know the moment where you're stuck, and because he was stuck, he didn't know what to say. So he just said that.
Yeah, the thing-
but because he believes his thing so
I
much,
saw your thing.
when he got stuck, he said, you know what? Fuck it, boom. The thing goes, brrr, and that becomes single-handedly the biggest moment in 2017. Like, that's because he said, I'm doing... To me, that's incredible, because I think myself and Vuj have done that on a smaller scale numerous times, where we've had a situation that we shouldn't actually be able to body, but we body it because we believe in ourselves so much. We done a live show one time for Copper 90, and in a nutshell, it was an absolute... It was horrendous. To be a part of it was one of the worst things. But then people walked away saying, Poet and Vuj are so sick because we used that moment to our advantage and said, even if we don't know something, we're still going to kill it. And that's why I think Michael Dapper's such a bad boy. Because at that moment there, when you forget your bars on camera, it's live. There's so much things happening and you go, I'm just going to do bare ad-lib noises.
Yeah.
And I've got to commend him.
He said it on you lot's thing. He said he like had to relearn it, didn't he?
Yeah, had to relearn
to
it.
learn
You know
it.
when I watched it, yeah? You see when I watched the Fire in the Booth, at the moment I saw it, I said to myself, this is going to connect. I said to myself, this is just going to connect.
It shows
I
you-
didn't realise it was going to do this.
Yeah.
But I just thought, this is going to
But it's
connect.
beautiful because, like, it obviously connected in the UK,
Yeah.
and then how it connected worldwide was the Americans not understanding it.
not understanding
But the
it.
beauty of that is great.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
good for him because he deserves it.
It's mad good.
However he's done it, he's brilliant.
Killed it.
Now his views are gonna hit up. He's gonna make
Gonna.
money for himself.
They have.
He's happy, like, and that's beautiful. You know what the beautiful thing about him is, in my opinion, is because I've come from the UK comedy background. In terms of Don't Jealous Me, Jazzy, A Squeezy. Like, you were doing it back in those days.
Yeah.
It was mad. It's mad fun and it's great to do. But there was no way to take it.
Yeah.
And even then you had, I guess the evolution was you had Roll Safe.
Yeah,
But he
of
didn't
course.
want to do it. He'd done it, he was good, but he didn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
He wanted to be an actor. Whereas with him, he's just done it, like, because he wants to do it. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it, is like, he's just done what he loves doing.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
not Big, sorry, Michael Dapper, he just carried on. I just remember seeing one of his videos when he's like on the bike and he's the road man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What man here on the bike? Yeah, boom.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah, Bob.
that used to kill me. Like, he just rolls up on the bike, and it's like he just carried on because he liked doing it, and there wasn't, I think, a reason for doing it. And that's the beauty of it, is this is a man that loves what he does, and he deserves it. And he just carrying on. And like, even when people ask him what's next, even when I hear people talking, and they're like, oh, but he can't do that. I'm like, shut up.
I know.
Like, why are you even going? What's he gonna? No, but he can't top that. Maybe he's not trying to top it.
Exactly.
Maybe he's trying to have fun.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. And that's why I really like him. I really
this
appreciate
is one
it.
thing that just really jars me a little bit, is that sometimes people like can't just enjoy,
Just enjoy
something
it,
for the
fam.
moment or whatever. Now people are gonna start sitting there saying, now he's got to do a next thing. Now he's got to come with another.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
stems from what
Like,
Dan was saying
it's
about
got-
London.
chill,
The man just don't like London, you know. So like sometimes anything that stems from, I'm talking about people that live here, we really don't like the conditions that we're in sometimes. So
I think
even
it's
when
a
something's
human
good,
thing everywhere, society.
should definitely
bro.
be. So
Crabs
when
in a
something
barrel,
goes and goes well, exactly. Crabs should never be in a barrel as well. When something goes,
innit?
it's just like raw. We can say it's good, but how long is it gonna? You have to attach something
of course.
negative to
Blood.
it because of just like
Let
the
it
environment
go,
that you're
man.
in.
Let it
Yeah, yeah.
flow.
Because even when he
Shit's
was
fun.
going, do you know what's upsetting?
What?
He was doing this whole thing where he was doing the road man's interpretation of whatever, and people were comparing it to Mo the Comedian. And it
Oh,
was
yeah,
almost
there's
like
the
you have to
difference.
choose
Yeah.
one.
Actual thing,
And I
innit?
saw
Yeah, we
people-
spoke about
I
that,
don't
didn't
mind
we?
comparison,
Yeah, yeah.
but you can't make it seem like you have to choose one.
Yeah.
Like when I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
Like,
was
you
like,
can't. There's
No,
enough
you
space
don't-
for
I hate
everyone.
that.
Everyone.
Like,
I hate, but Pete, do you
Fuck.
know what? That's not even just that though. That is with flipping everything. That a female comes through, and then
yeah,
all of a
yeah,
sudden
that's
she
to
can
compare
only
it
be the
to what
one.
exists.
Even
But it's
fuck,
like we
even
can't
a
just
grime
enjoy
MC, a grime MC.
But you know what I'm
all of a
upset?
sudden it can only be one. And you start comparing.
Do you know when I get it? Comparisons in football, I get because football's a competitive sport. There's an outcome to record. When it comes to things like art, that's just down to your own interpretation.
But I will
So
say
how
this
can
though,
it
Perry.
become-
Sometimes,
do you know what I mean?
sometimes comparisons is fun. Like for the
It
point,
creates
for the
conversation.
purpose, yeah, for
No,
the purpose of having a
comparisons is cool.
podcast, we are gonna make some
Comparisons are cool, but I don't
But-
like the fact that people made it like you
They're
had
not-
to choose one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's either you're a Mo the Comedian fan or a Michael Dapper fan.
Yeah,
and what they done, which was sick.
Nas and Jay-Z thing.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what they done, which was sick? And it's credit to Mo the Comedian and Michael Dapper.
Yeah.
They just started linking up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they started doing bare content together. Then they hosted something together. And then do you know what
Disturbing
happens?
London,
it's
yeah.
just like, I like them both
Disturbing
now.
London.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's sick, and that even makes me want to do videos like that again. It's just,
Is it?
Yeah, I hear that.
because you're like,
Come back, please.
even funny because I had a song written down before he done his thing called North Face On,
Oh yeah.
and I was gonna wear like a puffer jacket and go on holiday and do a video like abroad.
Yeah.
And I had an idea, I just never done it.
Okay.
And someone did, and they did it brilliantly. But that's
Yeah.
amazing. Like
What?
Yeah.
that makes me happy. But it's, you know what I mean, it's there. Like there's space for everyone to have fun.
And he's brought in some guy, Asney.
Ashley, yeah, 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 yeah.
Now,
Ashley.
Hey,
Ashley's-
Skutnu. What?
Ashley's not even Ashley. Ashley was at Chunks, right?
Yeah.
He used to watch all our Filthy Fella videos.
Yeah.
He may still do. He was
Ashley.
he used to come to all of the events. The guy is
Shout out
such
Ashley.
I love him.
Yeah, he's dope.
I
innit?
love
Ashley's
him.
bare cool.
Love
And
him.
even the names he says, like he says Skutnu. How do you come up with the name Skutnu?
That's
You
amazing.
know how funny the name Skutnu is?
Do you know? Let me tell you this, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what I thought was really
Shout out
sick?
Scoop.
Yeah. Towards the end of the year,
Like,
yeah,
Skutnu.
you've got like, because the scene now has become like, there's just a sick wave happening at the moment, in it, yeah. And like at the end of the year, I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm seeing a bunch of artists in Nigeria. There was a few
There's
artists in
so
Nigeria.
much, man.
Then there was a bunch of artists in Ghana.
Yep.
Doing some shows out there. Then you've got on New Year's Eve, yeah, you've got gigs, you've got gigs, you got Dave, you got Big Shaq and Stormzy all linking up in Australia, fam. In Australia,
Worldwide, isn't it?
like that, and these lot are doing like they're doing festivals and stuff like that in Australia. But we're not talking about doing small. Like
No.
small festivals or even doing early times. These men are doing late times in big shows in Australia, bruv.
People that
and
watch
it
Copper 90
shows
telling
you,
me.
huh?
People that watch Copper 90 were
Yeah, guy
messaging me.
what,
Is it, yeah?
Messaging me like, oh my god, we can't believe it here in Australia. Like these people are coming down. I'm like, raw. He was gassed about my Gemma being there.
Serious.
I said,
Yeah, that's
raw.
mad.
Man,
Yeah.
really care about what's happening over here like that.
It's crazy, bruv.
I credit to them, man. Though them man
Yeah,
are
yeah,
pushing
yeah.
the boundaries, and Hey, Big Shaq, Daps, you're a bad boy. And even like when we met Dapper the other day, he started relaying stories to me from 2010 when I met him, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, it made me realize not only how hard working this boy has been, but to come through all of that, a point where he was doing like the internet videos and people weren't really showing interest, to being arguably one of the hottest things on the net, and he's exactly the same. Like, he's just bare cool.
There's a tweet that someone sent to me, and what's going on with you?
That'll be on the phone.
People are just sending me shit.
There was someone who tweeted me, and he said something along the lines of, how comes I can't, I'll have to find it later, but anyway, it was something along the lines of like, how comes there's like a certain type of MC or rapper that doesn't get as much credit as the rest, so like, it wasn't a diss. He was just trying to work out, like,
talking about snips.
So now he was talking about more like the guys like A2,
amazing,
Nuts or whatever. But you know what? That comes to a point that I wanted to make here as well, because I was having a conversation, as I'm always having a conversation. But someone was saying to me, "Oh yeah, but you know what? Like." Because I was telling them about the wave and how sick the UK music scene is at the moment or whatever. And they were saying to me, yeah, but you know what, give it another 2 years and, you know, it will probably go back to house music again. And I was saying, that I think now that the doors are so wide open, that it's not going to be like that anymore. I think, do you know what will happen? I think it will, black music will still be very, very prominent. I just think that the waves and the dynamics might change a little bit, in a sense of like, you know what, one moment you might have the grime boys absolutely doing a madness, then you know what, you might have the R&B girls really killing it, then you know what, it might go from that stage of, you know, where people like the ignorant rap and shit, where like the stuff where people feel like you're not saying too much. It might go from that to guys like A2 and Nuts and these guys that are.
But you know why that's not going to happen though? None of this is going to happen. What that guy's preying.
Why?
It's because the dynamics of the situation have completely changed. There is a world now.
Yeah. By the way, it was a girl that said that.
Well, so apologies, darling. It's not just about music anymore, because obviously what we're talking about is influence. The influence in music have made die in 2 years. But now we're doing films. We're doing a podcast. We got presenters. We're on Copper 90. We're so in
But that's
in
what I'm
people's
saying
faces.
about the doors wide.
It's wide.
So
There's
wide
too much
open.
dynamics to it. It's not just music anymore.
So that's what you're exactly proving my point. So it's like literally, it will be like different things within that circle of things will just be.
We're just hot now. You can't stop us. It's like what hip hop done in the States. It was hot, and then all of a sudden, I'm not trying to have a Reggie 8 moments, but when you get the white girls singing all of this hip hop and they're going ham, I'm sorry, cuz we've like, you can't get rid of us now. But this white girl is 13, 14 years old. She's gonna grow up with the genre of music. She's gonna be 21 still fucking with it.
Yeah, of course.
So now it's in the hands of people that don't even live it.
Yeah.
We've won.
And that's what I'm saying.
We've
Anyway,
so won.
The guy, like guys like A2,
I'm so happy.
guys like A2, J Prince, and Nuts and that. They will have a great moment.
And by the way,
and you know what?
Get A2, get Blue, please,
A2's
please, just get Blue,
cold.
please, thank you.
Cold. Can I just say as well, Nuts is a person that I'm saying like look out for in 2018.
Yeah, he works with my friend Energy, like I've known Nuts for a while, so he's TJ's cousin.
It's gonna like
shout out to TJ.
Everybody will have their moment. I feel.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have their moment. And you know what? Now again, the doors again are so wide open that you don't have to be. You don't have to hit the heights of gigs to make a great living.
Just enjoy it.
Let's look at AJ Tracy. Let's look at AJ Tracy and Dave.
Enjoy it.
Even though I believe that, like, especially Dave, I know that Dave's just gonna go through the roof. But even then, like, look at what they have done throughout the year. Yes, they haven't particularly hit the heights of someone like Giggs, and they might just do that. They see the year that they've had. You see the year that they've had,
Who's this?
Like, AJ Tracy and Dave.
Oh my God.
The year that they've had,
It's mad.
life changing for them.
And you know what? And that's
life changing for them.
That guy's talking about,
and they're very happy.
That guy's talking about A2, Nux, and J. Listen, as much
I
as
just want to be clear. He wasn't the one who was saying that they have.
Whoever said it,
it was someone personally who was saying to me that in 2 years' time they think that the waves was.
No, but someone made reference to A2 and saying that they don't get the credit they deserve. They do get the credit they deserve. They actually do get the credit they deserve, because at the end of the day, you're talking about an industry which is also down to output. And sometimes it's down to how frequent your output is. It's down to the quality of your output. So in terms of what A2 does, I believe he's in the right position for his output and his quality intake. He deserves to be where he is. And it's not in a bad place, by the way. He's in a very good place, and he was going to continue to grow. But when you take a look at what other people have done, they give their consumer so much music, they're just going to grow a lot quicker. How many hits has Giggs got? You go to a Giggs show, it's right that Giggs is in the position he's in, because if he does a set, you're going to know every single song. So the people like A2, Nux, don't worry, they will have their time. It's just... they're not there yet because it's just not their time.
Some big albums, projects dropped last year as well. I've got a little list of mine, some of my favourite ones though. Yeah. If you remember any of yours, then cool. I got Giggs, Welcome to Them, Wretch 3-2, Krypton Conan 7 Days, 7 Nights. I didn't enjoy as much as I thought I was going to. JK, Where You Been, which I thought was fucking very sick. J Hus, Common Sense. Stormzy, Gang Signs and Prayer. Wiley, Godfather. There's a girl called Camille that I really like. Yeah,
That's dope.
She's got an album out called My Head's a Mess. R&B vibe.
Let me get my laptop. Because you know what, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm like, what do I rate?
These are just the UK ones, because I got a list of like the American ones. Because my favourite, I'm not even going to do that right now. But yeah, what else have I got here? I got Sinead Harnett, Unconditional, which I liked a lot.
Amazing.
Blade Vision. You know, I talked to you about Blade Vision before.
He got angry with me the other day.
You two are always going at each other on Twitter.
I don't go at anyone. I just, do you know what it is? I don't like people that feel entitled. I don't like that entitlement vibe. I really despise it.
Manga. He had a good project, you know.
Yeah.
Outburst from the Outskirts.
But I love Manga.
He's working hard, man. And I hope that he gets what he wants. Because you know when you say, oh yeah, I hope someone gets mad success and all of this stuff, yeah? Success is however you see success, innit? I hope that he gets whatever it is that he sees.
Do you know when you get what you want? When you have a better understanding of who you are and what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
The people that are always talking about, oh, this person's doing, but they everyone to, like, your journey and their journey is completely different. Don't worry about what the next man's getting in his pocket or how he's getting his opportunities. Be more concerned and more in tune with what you're doing, and boy, you will flourish, my G.
Avelino dropped. Do you know what, yeah? He's got a song called You Can Stand Up featuring Dave, and I think he should get the roses he deserves for that song. That song is very, very cold.
But sometimes songs that you have are too early in your career as well.
That's true.
It's neither.
Dave dropped. AJ Tracy dropped. Dave did some good things with No Words. I don't want to dead no beef.
I don't want to sort it out. I love everyone, by the way. That's sort of. But who else has dropped?
Mosfack dropped. I'm gonna try and work out my favorite 5 though.
I can tell you right now my favorite things that have dropped, just in general, like English, everything. Because I don't like to narrow it down to English because it's music at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just want to just talk about. So I would say one project I got this year that I really enjoy. I think is gonna be an incredible artist is A2. I genuinely enjoy it for so many different reasons. I get such a variety when I listen to it. I get bars. I get a lot of mood. I like a lot of mood. I like a lot of feeling. I like emotion. I like music to jump out. I've developed the ability to sort of. My little brother said something to me the other day. He goes, "I love music that sounds like colours. I can see colours and I appreciate that perspective. It's not something that I can relate to fully, but I like the fact that music can do that to people. And he said to me that's what A2 does to him. So I think A2 is incredible. FKJ, that's someone I've loved from Wade. Again, a similar sense, and it's similar in the sense of it's very, very mood orientated before anything else. Like you listen to it and just by hearing the tone of the vocal and just by hearing the different instruments involved, you get a mood, you get a sense. You could probably have a rough idea of how they created it when they did create it. Apart from those 2 projects, when I think about this year, I don't think I loved anything else. I'm trying to think right now. And I say that because I don't really listen. I don't know when I'm going to revisit it as well.
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate... Gigs. Warm to them. I can't forget that. I can't forget that. No way. I can't forget that. I can't forget the Dave verse on... Was it... How do you pronounce it? I can't... Pellegrini. Listen, I can't forget those things.
Was it Peligro or Peligro?
Is it Peligro?
It's
Peligro.
Do you know what? If KMT... Listen, yeah. If KMT with Giggs and Drake, yeah, and Giggs' verse didn't exist, for me, I'm saying that Dave verse is the best feature that I've heard in 2017.
Tell my man, come off the road. When I heard that from the start, I just
Listen.
said,
Favorite track on the album.
He
bro.
said, you're Mr. Still picking up cues.
Yeah.
MR, that's a minor risk.
I love the essence as well.
What?
But you know why you like that song? I think it's because it's a mood. Like literally,
Yeah.
when I sit down and I chill to that,
Yeah.
Essence is a mood,
Mad,
fam.
mad.
And I think that's the music that lives and resonates for so long because you don't necessarily need to be alive within that time frame to sort of feel it.
Yeah.
It could be 20 years from now. I could play it, and my kids may not be able to understand what they're
always
saying,
relate to the mood
but
that it's
they
trying
can.
to get, yeah.
And I think that type of music is so important. I think people try to make that,
Mm.
but I just don't think they're able to execute it very well. But I think
Because you have to be
it's
very
mad.
talented.
No, I don't think you need to be musically talented because I feel like Soulja Boy, when he makes a song, I don't think he's musically gifted, but in terms of mood, blood, I can put on Soulja Boy right now in 20 years' time, and people are still gonna get up and be like, ooh, because it has a mood, it has something that is stronger than any lyrical ability you can write. It has the ability to make you move against your will. You were just like, whoa. So I think that type of music is difficult for people to make because they're so conflicted in their mind with the beat and what they think they should do, rather than just saying, you know what, cuz.
Yeah.
Let man just go with the vibe. But sorry, Chucky, what is your...
Can I say the projects that I loved then cross the board then? I just loved.
Wait,
so
did
not
K-Tronada
liked,
come? Did
not
K-Tronada
liked,
come out
just
this year?
loved. Huh?
Did K-Tronada come out this year?
No. Because I was about to put that down. That was
Is it? Oh, because that would have been 100% in there. Wait a minute.
It was 2016, trust me.
One sec. How can I forget Kendrick? I'm sorry.
I didn't love it.
How dare I?
I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I didn't
What?
love it.
I like it.
No, wait, we're talking about love.
No.
Let's not talk
I
about
think I
like.
love it. Do you know what?
No. Let's talk about love.
You see Kendrick,
No,
yeah,
wait.
I've got a funny
Let's just be
relationship
clear.
with Kendrick,
Let's
yeah?
not talk about like. There's
Alright,
no likes involved.
I said to you,
love.
I loved, just as a
Love.
project,
Love.
the song Love. Fucking hell. Fam, do you know
Yeah,
what?
I do love it.
No, you don't love it. If you loved it, you wouldn't have to think about it.
And this is why I get conflicted, but I shouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
When people say they don't like the Kendrick album, but they mention other albums to me, I'm just looking at people like, but on that album, that they don't have a lust, they don't have a love, they don't have an element, they don't have a loyalty, they don't have a DNA, they don't have a yar. Like, what do you like about that album in comparison to this? Because
Kendrick,
this
I
has got
liked.
two.
I liked, but I didn't love. That's just me though.
But then you're gonna say something else, and I'm just gonna
I'm
be
not gonna.
so bewildered.
I'm not gonna.
No, in terms
Oh.
of you're gonna say another album that
Yeah,
you
but
love.
that's because, bro.
I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah, but that's because
Wow,
you
but
like
I know.
you like artists for different things.
no, I know the
and
reason why it
different
is,
moods.
but it just
So
confuses.
like,
still
for
confused me.
example, like, look, Giggs is not the same type of rapper as Kendrick. They make completely different music.
But what
But if you, in terms of,
but that's
if you were looking at,
I wouldn't use that though.
stylistically,
But I wouldn't use that as a comparison. I
Why?
would
'Cause
use
they're not
no,
fun.
because I would use no. When I say an album,
Oh,
I'm
you're
always
talking
gonna,
about maybe like Pump, Little Pump. Like I might say I
no,
don't like
no,
that,
no,
but I might like
no,
Little Pump.
That's all right as well. In terms of like how I feel like you should take that type of music in. So see Giggs, I wouldn't expect a Giggs person to be taking in Giggs the same way you're taking Kendrick. So if you like Giggs over Kendrick, I completely get that. But when I feel like there's albums that are meant to live within the same world,
Okay.
and that album might have presidency over Kendrick's,
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro,
Well, you won't find in my love. I
Yeah.
don't think that you'll find
anything like
what's in
that.
it.
Fair
Maybe.
enough. Go on, say it. You
No,
got
I was
to
gonna
now.
say-
You
I was
do
gonna
you wanna-
say. I was gonna say that there's an artist called LA. Yeah, he had an album called Aura,
I haven't heard it, so I can't
but
speak.
he does sing though, so that's why I'm not putting that in there.
I can't say anything.
But
about
yeah,
it.
like I did put that. Don't get it twisted. Damn's in my list
Damn is
because I really did like it, but I didn't love it.
even the visuals. Oh my god!
Yeah, I didn't-
like
I
the
didn't see
whole
much of the
marriage.
visuals.
You didn't like the visuals.
I didn't see too much of the visuals.
Watch Element. Like
Anyway, can I say my loves? Let me say my loves in it. Okay, so
Go on.
I loved. Yeah, what happened to them?
Mad.
3-2. I loved Scissor Control.
Oh my god! How can I forget Scissor?
I loved Chronic's Chronology. Loved that.
What Chronic?
Yeah, Chronic.
He's in the country now, you know.
Is he?
I should link you up with him.
I saw him. Do you know after we recorded the podcast one time, went to the yard food shop down the road.
there?
He was in there. Couldn't
Bro,
believe it.
I was trying to get a ticket for him for Arsenal yesterday.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Chronic's
mad.
really out here. But go on.
I loved Common Sense.
Oh,
J
J Huss. Do you know what? There's been some good albums. J Huss. I gotta give you an applause.
He had a mad year.
Bro, and do you know
he
what it is
had
as
an
well?
amazing year.
He's treated it like a project.
He
You
wasn't
see
allowed
his
to do
videos?
shows as well, by the
Yeah,
way, but
exactly.
he is now.
His videos are it. Like that Buff Daddy video.
Yeah.
He needs to get out. He needs to get out. It's amazing.
Okay, I didn't like.
Did you say you love Wretch?
Yeah, I did love
See,
Rich.
and I find that confusing. And this is not to take away from Rich.
Loved it.
Because I don't understand how you can love Rich but not love Kendrick.
Easy.
Which is fair enough. Because
Easy.
I know Rich is amazing.
Because there's a couple songs on Rich's album that I loved, and there's a couple songs on Kendrick's
that you love.
I mean, as albums, I didn't really connect with them.
Okay,
And
where's...
with Kendrick, that really hurts me because I'm a mad fan of his.
Yeah, I love...
I've
but wait, do you know what it is here? I don't like the fact that I don't...
Have you done your research on the
to
album?
think that because I didn't...
Yeah.
I don't want people to think because I didn't love Kendrick that I didn't like it.
No, but
I
you
really
have...
did.
No, but
We're
I know
just
you
talking
have.
about, like,
I know
for
you do.
me, maybe one of the reasons why was just there was just certain things that like Richard said in his album, in certain songs that, like on a personal level, I just
Resonated with more.
and that's why sometimes that's
enough.
why I love certain things. But anyway, what else? Oh yeah, there's a. What else did I love?
But that's not
Okay,
taking away
I
from
was-
Rich, though.
Huh?
That ain't taken away from
No, of
Rich.
course
I
not.
think
I know
Rich is
you're not.
amazing,
I know
but
you're not. I know
I
you're
just
not.
think
I know you're not.
Kendrick, what he done with that
Kendrick's
album...
Kendrick, so that's a reasonable thing to come up with. Like,
Yeah.
How could you not like Kendrick? Because they do live in that, they do exist in
Live,
the same.
do you understand where I'm
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
from now?
yeah, of course.
Cool.
What else did I love? I loved.
But I did
there was
love
some good R&B
Rich's
albums,
Fire
you
in the
know.
Booth. Oh, was that this year? Yeah, it was.
There was some really good R&B albums.
Scissor was that was a great shout, by the way, though.
yeah,
That was an incredible body of work.
There's a girl called Her. She had a
Oh my god.
a EP.
I
or
heard
an album called Her.
and it's all silhouette.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Listen,
Talking about colours.
listen, bro.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hard.
She's getting hard,
And Daniel
cuz.
Caesar as well. I love his.
Oh my lord.
So
Now there
yeah,
is some
do you know
good
what?
music.
I think
Daniel
R&B is
Caesar.
going to have a good year next year. You know.
Daniel
Seriously.
Caesar.
Bad boy.
Black. Did Black come out this year?
Yes.
Black.
Oh,
Black wasn't
my-
this year though. Because I checked
Was it
that
this
as well,
year?
because I was going to put it
Oh,
on. That was
right, cool.
2016.
No,
Why you do that?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
album.
yeah, no, it was. I'm just
Are you
looking
sure?
right now.
Alright.
100,000%.
Go ahead then check.
Free Black is 2017.
I think it's December. I think it's December though. I
Get
think it's
info.
December 2016.
And the info says
Okay.
2016. Sorry.
See, that's what I said. It's December
2016.
Fuck.
December 2016.
That is a fucking album, but he released 3 bars.
Can you actually? You might even be able to include it. You might even be able to include
I
it
think you can.
because if it
Why?
did come out in December,
No one would have
right at the end of the year,
Big man, we're talking about this because we would have done our review in January. Forget what people are talking about. So if we'd done our review in January, we would have said Black was sick
we
from
forgot
last
an
year.
album. Well, I forgot an album
Did you
anyway.
hear him at that point? Did you hear it
Who,
when
Black?
it first came out?
Yeah,
Yes,
I had
I
Black.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
I heard it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple months into the year.
We in
So
tune,
for
homie.
me, because I know that maybe it weren't for you, maybe it weren't for you, but J 444.
Oh,
J44.
how could I forget? God, Hove, forgive me. I never would have done that in a conscious state of mind.
J 444.
And I'm talking about everything about that.
Yeah.
The videos, blood, bam,
I
bam.
need to be a bit more
What?
like you know. I need to watch more videos, man. 'Cause I know
Bro,
that adds to it,
you
but
watch that video,
Is it?
and do you know what it is? You have a different appreciation
Yeah,
for
I hear that
everything.
still.
You see
I hear
Kendrick's album, yeah? I saw him live when he done it at Coachella.
Yeah.
Then I've taken the album home, I've watched it. Then I've watched the videos. The way I understand that project,
Yeah.
like no one ain't did it. That Kendrick project, Vuj will back me on it. We were in LA just listening to this Kendrick project, and it just made sense.
Yeah.
You hear it, you feel it. Daniel was there.
Yeah.
You fully get the whole project so much more.
Yeah.
And then when you see the videos he creates off the back of his environment,
Yeah.
you're just like, what's going on with this boy?
Yeah.
What's he eating, cuz?
He's purposeful, bruv.
Yeah,
He's very
yeah.
purposeful.
Oh, bruv. Everything he
thought out.
does is so...
You looking for a fork, bro? Dan, have you got a fork?
Kitchen.
Second
door on the.
Next on the toilet.
Yeah, those are the ones I like anyway.
You can't use
those
it
are the
now.
ones I
Wash it
love.
off.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go on.
those are the ones I love.
That was
So
amazing.
yeah, so for me,
There was some disappointments.
huh?
There were some disappointments this year as well, man.
Yeah, there was.
But we can't
I
talk
didn't
about
write-
that, can
I
we?
didn't write them all. I didn't write the disappointments down though. To be fair.
Because if
I
I
would,
if
I
I
would.
say it,
T-
I'm just gonna get too
No,
much.
then
stick.
you tell me because I will. I'm trying to think of
That's a
what.
good song.
Say it in the right way.
Who?
Tell me, great song.
What?
Carry on.
Oh, what wretches? Yeah,
Great
yeah,
song.
hard. Disappointments. What was some disappointments of? I'll tell you some disappointments actually. I'll tell you, but it's not. My disappointments is not projects, yeah. But my disappointments are some of the live performances. For me personally,
You might as well say most.
yeah. For me personally, I really, really hate it when artists, especially rappers, are not performing with PAs. I need the I don't want you rapping over yourselves on the song. Just get the producer to make a PA version. When you finish the song, just get the producer to make a PA version. So it will have the hook in there, and it will have like some of the ad-libs in there and all of that in there. But I don't want to hear like you can't be doing a tour. Yeah. You can't be touring. It's all right if you're doing a club PA. If you're doing a club PA, fine. Yeah. If you're doing a UK tour, if you're doing a UK tour and you're rapping over yourself, I don't like that. And so many artists are doing it, bruv. Like for me, I can go to a show, like especially a young cat or whatever, and I'll be like, and I can enjoy it. But you know what? Just the fact that you've done that, for me personally, has taken away a couple of the points for me. Do you get me?
I totally agree.
I've seen so much of that. So if next year or this year, certain man can sort that out, or girls as well, that would be good too.
For me, unless you're a very seasoned performer, and by I mean seasoned, I mean you've been out here for time, more time I don't want to watch you. Do you know why? And that's no disrespect to anyone. It's just because I feel like I can just go to my yard, turn it up loud, and I can get the same experience.
Yeah, I hear that.
And I just don't think people, like, you see art, art is a mad thing, bruv. Everything that you do in art is an expression to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Performing is a great expression that I feel people should take more serious. You're giving a live perception. Like, so the way you've seen the song, I now can see it as a performance, the way you see the song. So if you're just on stage giving it a large with a couple of microphones, I've not seen anything. I've not seen anything that makes me go, wow. Like when you watch Kendrick perform, sorry to keep going back to Kendrick, but I have such a huge appreciation for him and what he does. When Kendrick gives you a performance, it's breathtaking. I don't feel that way about most people. It's like Kendrick is the Barcelona, the Man City of this shit. So bare people play football, but I don't watch bare people because there's just no point. Kendrick is just a whole different. Even Miguel, I watched Miguel the other day.
Yeah,
on Jimmy Fallon. His album was trash, but I watched him the other day, and I can't lie to you, bro. Again, maybe it's the seasoning. He's just a seasoned performer, but it's just levels. It was like when Stormzy performs at the Rated Awards. No disrespect to anybody else that performed on the night, but the level in class of performing was so vivid. I was just like, Stormzy's just on a different level to everyone else performing, and I guess that comes with time and so on and so forth. But
that does come with time and experience and stuff like that. But for me, the PA stuff is just a given. To be honest with you, Chip dropped an album.
I wasn't crazy about it.
Neither was I.
Wasn't crazy about it. Some fantastic visuals, I think. Very clean.
The visuals were good, yeah.
Very clean.
Well, there was a couple good videos.
I loved, honestly, with 6-7, I thought that was such a decent feature, such a good feature to have as well, because it was like, I didn't imagine it, and when I saw it, I was really, really happy about it.
Yeah.
The Gigs and Chip song.
Yeah.
But there's not like, I don't think it's something I'll revisit too often. But that's just
all
me.
Of the stuff that I'm talking about that I proper love, the stuff that I actually just revisited a lot through, like just driving home or going gym or just being at home.
Have you got FKJ's album yet?
34 Shots I did like, actually.
I want you to download it. You can listen to it for free.
34 Shots I liked. Skepta dropped an EP as well, which I didn't particularly love, but he's got a song in there called Still Hard.
Listen, I love that project, but do you know what the killer is? Do you know why I can't really say too much about it? It's because some of the music on there I heard previously, so it's like Worst, Hypocrisy, and No Security I all heard. Whereas Still is amazing.
Still's a
next
thing. Do you know how much I've battered that in the gym as well, bro?
Still and Ghost Ride, I love Ghost Ride, but. Okay. That I think, and even me saying I love the Skepta EP, it's just all bare bias, fam. Like,
yeah, well,
for me anyway.
He's the guy, innit?